Hello, hello, dear loved ones. Thank you so much for your patience. In the last 1 week or so, my life completely changed upside down. Yes, I served the way to ride the wave with the Mars and Uranus conjunction in the position of Algol. Look in behind, there's Medusa's head. Ancients always freak out about situation like this. And of course, we had so much anxiety anticipating what was to come in the past weeks and days leading up to today, July 15th. We still don't know yet what else is going to happen besides the assassination attempt. Okay, of course, as above, so below, as within, so without. There's a lot happening within our personal inner world and our spiritual healing journey. If you have been watching my video, have been consistently doing the work, meditating, reflecting, studying about reparenting and psychology, and really actively doing the inner child healing work, I reassure you that you have come to the final stage of this round of healing. Of course, the healing goes uh, coming in waves, okay? And each time we will take the whole program going deeply all the way into the core again and again. And each time you will go much deeper than before based on all the previous work you have been doing. And along with a consistent meditation practice, I can reassure you that you are so much more experienced and skillful until now. The last stage of healing that me personally have been doing is ancestral and collective healing. Well, what happened was that I have received a message that I would love to come out from my long years of solitude ever since the pandemic, really, to provide my service to whoever come across my path. I moved countries in the last 1 week, and along the time, I did very, very, very deeply into 5 generations at least of my family. And there were so many moments that I could recall that happened in my memory, or the story I have heard, or the information I gathered in here and there that have been so helpful. Really, I feel like a detective. So let's talk about ancestral healing and collective healing, okay? Um, if you understand that time is not linear and all the things, everything, all the lifetimes and all the universe, everything happened at the same time, you will know that when you really go deep into healing yourself, you are at the same time actively healing your generational or family pattern. Okay, basically you are healing the deep wound of your, not only your direct parents, grandparents, great grandparents, many generations up. And let me tell you, your ancestors really, really appreciate all the great work you are doing. And they thank you for somehow purifying this generation of trauma. And one thing when we are doing ancestral healing is that we sometimes focus too much on the negativity. Of course, okay, that is important to understand all the hurt and the pain and the abuse, to understand the characteristic of the relationship dynamic that can help you so much to answer the question of the people that you manifest into your life right now, despite the fact that even if you are not in contact with any of your family members, okay? And but what we forgot often is that we've got to see the gold in our bloodline. Okay. It seems coming hand in hand. Okay, there's yin and yang and black and white and darkness and light always come at the same time. When you really are able to see both sides, all the greatness of your ancestors, and see how much strength they have, see how much service they have provided to their community, to the society, and you understand that that's what made you. It's this cocktail of the brightest bright and the darkest dark. Okay. And the second thing about the ancestral healing is that it's great to be the detective. And you can do it by speaking to all the family members that you have contact with. If you do not have any contact, you have at least enough of information. Personally, when you were young as a child, experiencing the dynamic with your parents, grandparents, or remember the information how some of your family member talk about some other family member. Okay, with this, you can really recall all the information with meditation. It's truly helpful. And after you collect all this information, it's super useful to put them into a grid. Okay, you can write down both sides, your parents, your mom and your dad, and right in between their connection. Then go one step higher, all the connection between the siblings of your mother's side. You write down every connections, and here your father's side, and the relationship dynamic, and then their relationship with their parents, okay, and how the parents treat different siblings, and then go up one step with this, like this vivid graph you can make up that can really somehow wire part of your brain to find the most tiny, sometimes missing pieces of the puzzle. So after you do that, and then you can also get help by joining a family constellation circle. It's basically an organized circle that hold by a healer oftentimes, that they invite a group of people to collectively provide help to different members of the group. For example, if this session is to work together to help you, and then you can assign different members of the group to be different member of your family. And then the magical things happen is that when all these members come together into the center of the group, they will start interacting with each other without even knowing you before the session or anything about your family. And they will even have physical symptoms, and the way that they interact with each other will actually completely reflect the real relationships of your family member that you didn't even know. And at the same time, the organizer of the space will explain to you, okay, so look, there was something happening, and there's kind of emotional difficulty that result even in the pain of this member who's even limping, or sometimes you will get information that will shock you. It could take you a few years to finally realize, oh wow, that was true. So if you have the opportunity to join a family constellation, I recommend that highly. I also know that there are family constellation circle conducted by horses. Basically, a group of horses will come together to interact with each other, and the horses are so sensitive and they would work so precisely. I have not done the horses one, but if you have the opportunity, let me know how it goes. Okay. So, okay, that is to collect information, more information in the mirror, and it can really help you to come back to healing yourself. And also, somehow, sometimes by knowing the different part of the family history um, and the womb, you can generate so much more compassion to the other the other parent. Okay. um and that is to ancestral healing. Okay, so meditation. When you do meditation for ancestral healing, it's helpful to imagine the body of light that represents different ancestors. Sometimes you cannot even pinpoint which this glowing light body is representing, who is representing, but you can visualize all of them come together like a board meeting. They all join together from both lines, and then they will reassure you that they are taking good care of you, and they'll also let you know that you have been doing such a wonderful job carrying down these generations of family lineage, and they feel so proud of you, and you know that you are not only protected by God, your higher self, but all your ancestors, and they will not ever fail you. Why would your ancestors want you fail, right? Okay, so that is the meditation. And what else can we do with ancestral healing? Journaling always helps. Journaling can go really, really deep. Also, sometimes by understanding even just simply our grandparents, we would have so much more empathy towards our parents. Okay, this is not easy. It's not possible to be perfect parents anyhow, especially when the wounded child never was given opportunity to grow up in a very loving environment. They did not know anything better. So I hope the ancestral healing really help you. In fact, that's at the very beginning of my journey, I had a visitation of my deceased grandmom, and it was so vivid that I was very sure that she was there with me, and she came to my life at the very difficult moment of my life to deliver simply a message that she made sure that I say out loud this message that really kicked me into this entire healing journey. Okay, that's when I finally started to dive into the study of personality disorder and to be able to understand what have I been through. So take the opportunity of your ancestral healing to honor them, and with their help you can heal yourself. And the next part is that when you're doing ancestral healing, it's inevitable that you have to, at the same time, to do the collective healing. Okay? It's like when you think about the vertical and horizontal expansion, the space time, and it all comes together. So when we uh, went back in time to experience what our ancestors have been through, we have to also understand the historical, political environment and on all the things that happen around them in their life at that moment, which make them who they are. And sometimes collective trauma could have so much impact that couple of generation they were really just traumatized, and they move countries, they change their life, and they carry on, like carry down, passing down this very deep, painful experience that even when their kids grow up in the complete peaceful environment, but they can feel the abuse, the collective abuse deeply. Okay. And when you are able to tap into that, you're able to build up so much compassion for the entire tribe, the group, the town, the, the nation, and the race, and people with certain culture. So, as you can see, once you go deep into healing energetically, you realize that there's absolutely no borders. Everything just like merge into each other. Because in one of your lifetime, you could be a completely different race, grow up in a different culture, and with different religion, and somehow there was a huge event in that lifetime that you have to witness, and that really have some deep energetic imprint that in your soul, and then you pass it down even that after you had a rebirth in a different person, that that deep wound is still printed deeply in your soul. So that is what we're here to heal. So when you really understand all this, you understand that when you're healing just yourself, your heart, you are helping your entire lineage, the bloodline of both family of ancestors. And at the same time, you're also healing all the collective, like as big as you could imagine, as big as your energetic sphere can cover. Okay. And that is when you realize that, oh wow, there's truly only one consciousness. And that's also when you realize that, okay, how when you are healing yourself, you somehow have already been making contributions to the world peace. So I have to, as a healer, I have to talk the talk and walk the walk as well. So I decide that, yes, I have been really, really enjoying my solitude. And now it's almost time. Once the next Capricorn full moon is completed, July 21st, and I will be formally opened my entire sphere to plug in, to connect with whoever come across my path, that then I can provide as much help as I can to each one of you and them. And I just moved countries, and it was miracle too, because the only book, I got rid of all my things. The only book I brought with me was Holy Bible, okay? And then, of course, suddenly I found out that in this temporary place I stay, and there's a church right across the street. I'm not Christian, but I love Jesus, okay? What can I say? I was invited with all the warm welcome and to join their Sunday Mass. And it was so incredible because there's so many kids, and they put up and beautiful dance performance, and all kinds of singing. I couldn't stop crying really all this time. I understand that it doesn't matter which religion you have, or even if you have religion or not. Each one of us, we all have the direct connection to God, which is also your higher self, which is also the highest high of the collective, okay, collective consciousness. And when you're able to tune into that, you know that it doesn't matter what circumstance you are encountering. The only thing matter is your state of being. If you are with love, then if you're here to give, to share your love, God will always direct you to the right people, the right circumstance, the right places, the right way. And there's no wrong path. Okay. So enjoying this very, very precious time. It seems really difficult, yes, but no pain, no gain. Remember that, okay? When you're able to really hold on to it and do the hard work every day, by the time when the Capricorn full moon is complete, you would have a completely profound change inside out. And I'm so excited for you. Don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have any questions, and I'm back and ready to answer some of the questions in the comment sections of my previous video. And thank you so much for your patience. And thank you for your liking, sharing, and subscribing. And I will see you in the next video.